December of the year 2000. The city of Wichita, Kansas was gripped by fear. Over the course of 1 week, a violent crime spree would leave 5 people dead, 2 others critically wounded, and an entire community shaken. This series of crimes would become known as the Wichita Massacre. The violence was carried out by 2 brothers, Reginald and Jonathan Carr. Reginald Carr was 23 years old. Jonathan Carr was just 20. Both were from Dodge City, Kansas, and both had lengthy criminal records long before arriving in Wichita. Their crime spree began on December 8, 2000. That day, the Carr brothers robbed and shot Andrew Schreiber, a 23-year-old assistant baseball coach. Schreiber survived the attack and later identified Reginald Carr as one of the men responsible. 3 days later, on December 11, the brothers struck again. They attacked Dan Walenta, a 55-year-old librarian and cellist, as she tried to escape in her car. She was shot 3 times, leaving her paralyzed, and Walenta would later die in the hospital on January 2, 2001, due to complications caused by her injuries. But the most horrific crime occurred on the night of December 14. The Carr brothers broke into a home at 107 East Birchwood Drive in Wichita. The house was chosen at random. Inside were 5 people: Brad Haka, Heather Mueller, Aaron Sander, Jason Beefort, and Jason's girlfriend, a young woman later identified publicly as Holly G. They were teachers, professionals, friends, spending what should have been an ordinary night together. The Carr brothers searched the house for valuables during the robbery. They discovered an engagement ring hidden inside a popcorn box Jason B. Ford had planned to propose to Holly. The victims were bound and held captive after stealing money and valuables. The Carrs forced them into Jason B. Ford's truck and drove them to several ATMs, draining their bank accounts. They were then taken to the Striker Soccer Complex, a closed and isolated area on the outskirts of Wichita. There, the Carr brothers carried out execution-style shootings. 4 of the victims were killed instantly. Holly G survived. A plastic beret in her hair deflected the bullet that struck her head, injured and exposed to freezing temperatures. She walked more than a mile to find help before receiving medical treatment. She gave police descriptions of her attackers, information that would prove vital. After the murders, the Carr brothers returned to the Birchwood Drive home to search for more valuables. The next day, police arrested them. Both Andrew Schreiber and the dying Ann Walenta had identified Reginald Carr. Prosecutors stated that robbery was believed to be the primary motive. At trial, Holly G's testimony was critical. The brothers were convicted on nearly 13 charges, including kidnapping, robbery, rape, 4 counts of capital murder, and 1 count of first-degree murder. Reginald Carr was convicted on 50 counts. Jonathan Carr was convicted on 43 counts. In October 2002, both brothers were sentenced to death, along with multiple life sentences. Their case would go on to influence the legal landscape of Kansas. Over the years, their death sentences were overturned and reinstated multiple times due to challenges involving the state's death penalty laws. In 2016, the U.S. Supreme Court reinstated the death sentences. Today, Reginald and Jonathan Carr remain on death row at El Dorado Correctional Facility, where they have been held since November 2002. The Wichita Massacre left lasting scars. In the days following the crimes, gun sales, locks, and home security systems surged as fear spread throughout the city. More than 2 decades later, the case remains one of the most disturbing examples of calculated violence in modern American history, and a reminder of how quickly ordinary lives can be shattered